Well, it's our birthday, yes, we've got cake, and one of the most inspiring people I've met over the past 12 months is Jude. Aston's 16 years old. I need to check he's still 16. I seem to have been saying that for a long time now, and we've been following his journey to become a sports reporter despite being disabled due to cerebral palsy. Now, this week was Cerebral Palsy Day, so I gave him a call and asked him why it was important to have a day such as this.
I think it's just really important because cerebral palsy, some people might not know what it is. And for me personally, I've got something called hemiplegia, so it affects one side of my body. For me, it's obviously the right side. Cerebral palsy is something that, as you know, I embrace.
You don't let it hold you back. That's a key thing. And that shows how strong you are mentally, and perhaps how other people who suffer from CP need to be at times.
Yeah, and I think, you mentioned about people needing to be that, but it's a lot easier said than done. And as part of what I want to do is sort of change the perception of people with disabilities. And on this journey, I've been fortunate enough to do that a few times. And, I've met the England Cerebral Palsy team, which was an inspiring and moving day for me. Take a lot of inspiration from people like that. Yeah, I just think it's really important that, disability in general and cerebral palsy is raised as much as possible and talked about as much as possible. And if I can help people in any way, then I will always do that.
And if people look up your journey on YouTube, then, they can be inspired by what you've done. And it has to be said, it has not held you back. And you have the opportunity to interview quite a few stars in the football world especially, haven't you? Yeah,
and I think, you know on my social, Judes Journey, nearly everything is Judes Journey on all social media platforms. But, you mentioned about the big stars. I've been very lucky and very fortunate. But the more important thing to me, and I've always said it to you, Chris, I know that it's not just about who I interview, it's about trying to prove that you can still do something you love despite having a disability, and that's always a phrase that I'll always stick by no matter the highs and lows I'm going through.
Now, you've been in hospital for a couple of months now, haven't you? Obviously, that's a frustrating time not to be at home, but you've had the chance to watch a bit of football.
Yeah, I certainly have. It's been a tricky couple of months, like you say, for me, in hospital for, 7 weeks, as we say. And, there's been ups and downs in that time. I think, as some of you may know on WCR, that first of all, I want to say it's good to be back. It's good to be getting back to some sort of normality. But also, over the past 8 months or so, it's been a really tricky time for me. I had an operation in January and I had a complication with that. The good thing is now that we've got a diagnosis in hospital in the 7 weeks I've been here, and we know where to go from here. I've got a long rehabilitation process ahead of me, and we've got to take it step by step. What I must emphasise as well, though, it's been a tough time for me, but 2020 has been a tough time for everyone in the world around it. So, it's been a tough time for everyone.
That was a very generous outlook, Jude, and typical of the way you face up to your own barriers and the way you also see the barriers faced by other people as well. Now, you are Aston by name and Aston Villa by football team.
I continue. I like that phrase. You continue to use, Chris.
Yeah. So last Sunday, obviously, it's been a shock for the world, but probably not for a Villa fan.
A shock, you say? It was pretty much a shock. If I could have been there walking and jumping around the ward, I would have.
I thought my telly had broken, actually. I thought there was something that we'd been invaded by aliens and they'd put a new picture on there. But
well, you see, I was using a stream, you see, I thought it was broken too. But yeah, just brilliant performance by Villa, and Villa's top two. Villa and Everton top two.
Yeah, I don't know what they've been giving you, Jude, but yeah, there must be. It must be sending you flying high on that one. And Jude, you must have been really moved by the fact that Jack Grealish took the time and effort to send you a video to wish you well in hospital.
Yeah, really perturbed by that. I'll be honest. Like I said, there's been a lot of up and down, some lows that I've sort of struggled to get over. But on that type of day, I was having a sort of bad start to the day, and then around lunchtime, Jack popped up on my phone and he was going, "Hello, Jude, hearing you being unwell," and all sorts. I was shocked to see the message personally taking his time out to see, he's doing great stuff on the field at the moment on international duty, but he's a great captain off the field as well. He does some brilliant stuff, and that just proves, what a great person he is.
Now, we're obviously recording in the week. We'll be open about that, and this is going out on Sunday morning, but you hope to be home by then. But do you want to give a shout out to those who've been looking after you?
Yeah, I think, it's been a tough time for my family and everyone who have been involved with me in the last 7 weeks. There's been a lot of up and downs. I'm delighted to be coming home for the next few weeks. But I want to just give a massive shout out to everyone on Ward A21 who have been looking after me. I think I've met nearly the whole nursing team, the whole staff and whole physio team while I've been here, and my relationship with them has been brilliant throughout, and I really, really thank them because they've helped a massive part on my journey in life. And keep doing what you're doing, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart and all my family's heart. So thank you. And also I just want to say, people at WCR who are listening in, everyone who supports me on my journey on social media, you were all helping on my journey. Like I say, you're all part of my rehab. There's like a little 3-point attack I like to use, a bit like Villa, because apart from Sunday, but 3-point attack I like to use. I'm the striker, I need to score all the goals, but I also need the wingers to assist me. So on the left wing, we've got the physios, the doctors, then on the right wing, we've got the family, the people on social media, people at WCR, and all the people that support me within my journey. So, thank you, guys, and I'll stop talking for now, but, just thank you.
And he did stop talking, actually. We talked for football for ages as well, which I didn't have time to play to, but we were examining the high defensive line, and I put it to him that I might be a more creative midfielder than a winger. But anyway, sadly, Jude's not managed to get home yet, still in the hospital, but we know he's being really well looked after by everybody up at New Cross, especially those on Ward A21. So thank you to them, thank you to him. Very inspirational young person.